in your program, you may find that when the user runs your code, they may actually say that they like more than one subject. And at the moment, our program doesn't really handle that. So for example, if you say, I like computing and physics, it will come back and say that you should be a programmer and actually ignores the bit that says physics. The reason why is because we loop through each of these lists, and even if the first thing they say is to do with medicine or to do with physics, computer science is run last. It's a last loop that is run, and therefore it will replace the initial value of the career variable. So it starts as unknown. It might actually get set to physics when it gets to here, but then it finds the word CS, computing, in the CS list, so it finishes with CS. It finds that in the dictionary here, and it returns this text here. So, in order to actually link through to our dictionary and pass two arguments, so we can look at two keys, we will need to create another variable. I'm going to start that by just calling this career2. And it's good to just have this as an empty variable to start with. We previously had one called unknown, but it's useful to have it as empty. So, let's say for example we want to start to see if there is a second variable. Well, or a second career. First of all, we need to make sure that career1, which we just called career, is not equal to, so that's using an exclamation mark, which means not, and then equal to unknown, i.e. they've already found one career. So if the career is not equal to unknown, then what we might do is we might just loop back, and we'll loop back from the bottom upwards. Now, CS is the last list that we loop through, so regardless if there's 6 careers or 5 or 3 careers, computer science, CS, will always be the chosen career. Therefore, we're going to go up to physics, because that's the second to last loop, and that's the one that was replaced previously. So if the career is unknown, then we're going to say, for counting range, the length of physics list, if physics list, the certain variables are in the interest list, then career2 equals physics. Okay? And what we can also say is that at this point we can do another test and say if career2 is not equal to physics, then what we can do is we can test if it's medicine instead. So we'll copy this and paste this here. Notice that the indents will need updating here, so just adjusting. And then we can say career2 equals medicine. So we've kind of established that to start with, we're probably going to have one career. Provided that it's found one, it will have either found computer science, physics, or medicine. As long as the career is not unknown, then it's going to look at physics. And if the career 2, space here, is not equal to physics, then it's going to look at medicine, because the second career can only be physics or medicine. Once we've done that, we can call this again, we can call to our dictionary again, and this time, rather than passing in career, we're going to pass in career 2. So whatever career 2 is, which has to be either physics or medicine, because those are the two which are likely to have been replaced by computer science. So we can say that load up the suggestion dictionary, evaluate this text file here into our dictionary, and then rather than just printing suggestion career 2, we can add a bit of text here. we have identified a second career suggestion, and then you might put a colon there and a comma, and the suggestion is career 2. So let's run this now. And in here, I like computing and physics. So here it says, you should consider becoming a programmer, engineer or network administrator. Please ask an advisor about this at the big careers fair. And then it says, we have identified a second career suggestion. You should consider a career in physics. And then it gives you a bit for physics. So that is how we would have 2 careers. What we've done then is we've just run our program as usual with our lists. We've identified whether any of these keywords are in the string that they've given us, and then we've matched that career to the text in the dictionary, which is in here, the suggestion dictionary. And then we've said that career 2 is blank. If the career 1 is not unknown, then we're looking for a second career. And if the second career isn't physics, we're just going to check if it's medicine. Now, one last thing that I might want to add in here is I only actually want to print this if career 2 is not blank. So if there is actually a career 2, because look what happens if I do this and run it, and I only put 1 career, it's going to come up with 2 things. So what it says here is that there's a key error because career 2 is blank, and we don't really want to run this dictionary when it's blank. So here we need to actually say if career 2 is not equal to blank, then we do this. And that way there's a space there. If career 2 is not equal to blank, even if I just put 1 subject in, it will only show me 1. And if I put 2 subjects in, it will give me 2 careers. It might be worth actually commenting this. So if you look at how I've commented this, is I've said declare another variable for a second career, as long as the first career is not blank, so it's not unknown. Check to see if medicine was replaced by a second or third variable. So actually I've put medicine here first, and then it says if it's not medicine, then check to see if it's physics. These 2 could well be the other way around as I had it in the previous program. Then if career 2 is not blank, tell us what career 2 is. And obviously, if there isn't a second career, then this doesn't even run, so it'll only give us our first career. So the logic there is somewhat complex, or a lot more complex than we've looked at previously. But literally all we're doing is narrowing down what subjects they might like, and if there's 2 subjects. Some of you might think, well, what happens if they enter 3 subjects? And then obviously that means that we're going to have to do career 3 equals blank and extend the program. But I'm going to leave that to you to figure out. And that's it.